Ferrari's in fourth, McLaren's flying, and Hamilton's hoping a new floor brings liftoff in Bahrain. Can a batch of upgrades turn their season around? Or will it just be another race weekend of false hope? Let's find out. Lewis Hamilton will take the lead in testing Ferrari's much-anticipated floor upgrade during the first practice session of the Bahrain Grand Prix on Friday. It's been a rocky start to Ferrari's 2025 campaign, with the team languishing in fourth place in the Constructors Championship, already trailing runaway leaders McLaren by 76 points after just 3 races. But the fight back begins now. As it's been said in previous videos, Ferrari will debut their first major upgrade of the season in Scuderia, with Hamilton playing a pivotal role in evaluating the new components. The 7-time world champion will be at the wheel of the upgraded car, while rookie Dino Beganovic, standing in for Charles Leclerc in FP1, will run the older floor setup. This back-to-back test will allow Ferrari to directly compare performance data in real-world conditions. According to Corriere della Sera, Ferrari's Bahrain update isn't limited to the floor. The Scuderia will also test new cooling components, a redesigned diffuser geometry, and a pair of rear wings optimized for varying downforce levels. A more extensive upgrade package is expected to follow in Miami, but all eyes will be on Hamilton this weekend as he leads the charge in what could be the start of Ferrari's 2025 turnaround. Ferrari finds itself stuck in fourth place in the constructors' standings, trailing behind rivals McLaren and Mercedes after a tough start to the season. The Scuderia have lacked the pace to challenge at the front across the opening 3 rounds, and things went from bad to worse in China, where both Charles Leclerc and Lewis Hamilton were hit with a double disqualification, delivering a brutal blow to their already fragile points haul. We've got some new bits on the car coming this weekend, which I hope will help us to close that gap a little bit, Leclerc explained during Thursday's media day. Whether it will be enough to close the complete gap, I don't think so. I don't think there's that in what we're bringing here. I hope it will help us to be closer, but it's still quite a significant step. In Suzuka, I think that this was the gap that there is between McLaren and ourselves, which is 3/10, and we need to work very hard in order to catch that. I'm confident that we can close that gap. Whether again what we are bringing here, I don't think will be enough, but hopefully short term we will have other things which will help us to be closer. When asked where he expects Ferrari to stand with the new upgrades, Leclerc kept expectations in check, brushing off hopes of a dramatic leap forward as he replied, "Hopefully the gap will be a bit smaller, but I don't think it's enough to be able to be at the level of McLaren and Max Verstappen this weekend. But little by little, hopefully we can close that gap a bit more. That's obviously the target, but around 3rd or 4th best team is where we are standing at the moment." Looking ahead, Hamilton struck a hopeful tone, echoing Leclerc's cautious outlook but expressing optimism about the fresh upgrades. The 7-time world champion shared his thoughts, saying, "We've got an upgrade this weekend, so I'm excited that we're going to hopefully have a bit more downforce. I'm not really feeling a huge amount of issues. We lack overall performance at the moment pace-wise, which will hopefully take a step with this weekend." Hamilton also weighed in on what he's expecting from round 4 of the championship, sharing, "I've done quite a bit of driving since the pre-season test that we had here, so I should be a lot more comfortable in the car than I was through testing here. We've got an upgrade and got a better understanding of the setup, so hopefully it should bode well for a better weekend." Hamilton's much-hyped switch from Mercedes to Ferrari hasn't exactly started with fireworks. In his first 3 races donning red, the 7-time world champion has yet to finish higher than 7th. While he did snatch a sprint race victory in China, marking his first win in Ferrari colours, the celebration was short-lived. Both he and teammate Charles Leclerc were disqualified from the main event in Shanghai, Hamilton for excessive skid block wear and Leclerc for running an underweight car. The setback seemed to confirm whispers that Ferrari's SF25 has been plagued by ride height issues early in the season. Hamilton himself admitted during the Japanese Grand Prix weekend that the car is running higher than we would like. Things didn't improve at Suzuka either. Despite Ferrari experimenting with split car setups for the first time this year, Hamilton endured another frustrating outing. and hinted at a deeper issue that may be unique to his side of the garage. After the race, he said, "I'm really hoping in the next race we'll see, hopefully, some positive changes. Through the first 3 races, there's been a bit of a deficit between both sides of the garage, on an element of the car, so on my side, something underperforming." Speaking to media on Thursday in Scuderia, Hamilton shared his belief that Ferrari can finally ignite their 2025 campaign at the very track where pre-season testing took place back in February. He also shed light on the contrasting approaches taken in Japan, revealing that Leclerc stuck with the baseline setup used in the first 2 races, while Hamilton opted to break from the mold with a different configuration at Suzuka. When pressed about the rumoured deficit between his car and Leclerc's, Hamilton responded, "I can't expand on it, no. But we've got a new floor this weekend, so I'm excited. The team has worked really hard to bring upgrades, as teams do. They work incredibly hard to be able to bring upgrades. So, to have that here at the track that we tested that at, with more knowledge about the car and how to extract more from it, I feel really positive for the rest of the weekend." He, Leclerc, had the setup very similar to some of the other races, so I think he was happy with his balance. Very similar in China, Melbourne, and last weekend. Slightly different, nothing major. But of course, I'm learning all the time from watching Charles work with the team and how he works to set the car up. At some places, it's going to be different, which is normal. Ferrari came heartbreakingly close to glory in 2024, missing out on the Constructors Championship to McLaren by just 14 points, handing the Woking squad their first team title in 26 years. Fast forward to the start of 2025, and things have taken a turn. Ferrari finds itself 4th in the standings, already 76 points behind early pacey setters McLaren after just 3 rounds. But Lewis Hamilton, who launched his F1 journey with McLaren back in 2007, the same year Ferrari last won a driver's title with Kimi Räikkönen, is optimistic. He's expecting a solid step forward from Ferrari in Bahrain. Still, he was quick to admit that while the upgraded floor is promising, it won't be enough on its own to close the gap entirely. More work lies ahead. He explained, "We're trying to figure out how to catch them. They've obviously got a great car. They obviously won the Constructors last year. They've started off very well this year, as have the other 2 top teams. I think we've learnt a lot over the past few races, and I think hopefully this weekend it's a step forward for us, definitely. It's not necessarily closing the gap, but it's going towards closing the gap. It's not going to close the gap completely, but if we can extract more from the car, which is what we're trying to work on, hopefully we can see better results." Ferrari's comeback may not happen overnight, but with Hamilton at the helm and upgrades in hand, Bahrain could be the spark they need. Will it be a breakthrough or just more growing pains? Hit that like button, subscribe for more F1 insights, and let us know in the comments. Will Ferrari's upgrades deliver, or is McLaren's lead already too far gone?